to Red Travel with me, Steph. We've a very exciting show lined up for you. We're starting the day zipping through the forest with Zip It Forest Adventure. We're then heading to Crookstown and going on a trek with Lee Valley Equestrian Centre. And then we're trying something completely different. We're meeting Dorothy, who's going to bring us on a buffalo farm tour. On the second half of the show, we're going to be telling you everything you need to know about backpacking. We're going to meet Amy and Redfm, who have been there and done it, and they're going to share their experiences and all their insider tips. So, welcome to Red Travel. We've arrived at Zip It Forest Adventure. We're about to go meet Philip now, who has a morning packed of adventure for us. So let's go meet him. Hi Philip, how are you?
Not too bad, how are you?
Thanks for having us today.
That's no problem at all.
Firstly, what is Zip It?
So Zip It is a highwire forest adventure park. It's a place where people can come and enjoy the forest, enjoy the nature, get out, zip around, experience it in a completely different way than they've experienced it before. Something here for everybody. People just get excited, get some thrills, maybe a bit of fear for some people. It's all part of it.
For me. Yeah. So what do you have planned for us today?
So what we'll do is we'll probably get your harness up there now in 2 minutes. We'll probably take you out then, maybe train you up for 20 minutes so you can get used to the clips and the harness. We'll take you out probably on one of the medium courses, so the orange course, and then we might see how you get on with that and shoot you up to one of the bigger courses then after that. Okay,
my legs are already shaking with that. Fill us in a little bit about the levels for different age groups.
Yeah, so the smallest course we have is the green course. It's quite low to the ground. It then works up. Every course gets higher and harder as you move along, so it goes to orange, white, blue and red, then our two highest courses.
So you might have to give me a push if we're on the blue one.
We'll start you low and we'll see how you get on then after that.
Brilliant. And for, I suppose, families coming here as well, what age do you have to be to go on the course?
So the youngest we can take is 7 years of age. They get to do the green course, and we give you 4 hours to do it, so they can do that green course as many times as they want in the 4 hours. So €15 for anybody that's 7 years of age to 8 years of age. It moves on then to the orange course. You have to be 9 to do that, and also the white you have to be 9 to 11 to do that as well. That's €23 for them. It goes on to the blue, which you have to be 12 for. That is 25 for anybody that's 12 years of age, and if you're 15 years of age and over, you can do the red, and that's €30.
And if someone wants to book, how do they book?
Yeah, so we run off an online booking system. People go to the www.zipit.ie webpage, they can book on there.
So will we get going and head on the course?
Yeah, let's do it.
And let's hope I don't get too frightened.
That's okay, no problem.
So after a safety demonstration with Philip, it was time to head out on the orange course. I may have started a little shaky. Okay, very shaky. But I soon found my balance. So we're just finished the orange course and we're about to go tackle the blue course. The blue course was full of obstacles and challenges and a surprise around every corner, ending with a leap of faith at the very end. So we did it. We zipped through the courses, and now it's time to head on to our next location, horse riding in Crookstown. So to zip through the forest, head over to zipit.ie and book your adventure now. So we've arrived at Lee Valley Equestrian Centre and we're about to go meet Karen now, who's going to bring us on a trek. So let's go. Hi Karen, how are you?
I'm not too bad on this blustery day.
I know, thank you very much for having us today.
No problem.
So what will we be doing? I'm not the most experienced horse rider now, so you might have a bit of a challenge on your hands.
Oh, you're okay. We're going to just go on a little trek. We're going to go out to the woods and maybe out to the bog. We'll see how far we get out there. And we have inexperienced riders all the time, often people who have never ridden before.
Brilliant.
So we have a lot of nice quiet horses. This is Gizmo.
Hey, Gizmo.
Gizmo is 20 years old, and he will take good care of you, so you don't have to worry about him doing much of anything wrong. So
That's what I like, a horse that'll take care of me as well. Brilliant. So will we head out on the trek?
we will do that. First, we'll go ahead and put the helmet on you.
Brilliant.
There we go.
There we go.
Helmet.
Gizmo for taking me out today and thanks a million for the trek. It was really wonderful. It was brilliant. So if someone was to do a trek like we did today, how old would you have to be to do it?
They have to be able to steer and stop the horse on their own and follow instructions well. So most of the time it'd be 9 or 10 years old on up. Now if we're doing lessons, we start with a Tiny Tots program, and we have kids as young as 4 years old.
Oh wow, that's very young, isn't it?
But that's their ponies would be led. They would be in the arena for the most part, and
they're so young then. They're like sponges.
I
suppose they probably just take to it so well, like at that age.
They do. It's a lot easier. The younger you are, the better it is, because they don't have as many preconceived notions, and their bodies aren't set in their ways.
Like me.
Yeah, us mature people have a little bit harder time. Anybody can learn at any age, but it's a lot easier when you're younger.
Yeah. And then prices as well. If someone was to come, how much would they be talking for all the different, I suppose, the Tiny Tots up to the treks, up to the lessons?
Yes, it starts for the Tiny Tots, those are half an hour lessons, and they start at €15. And then for group lessons, an hour-long group lesson would start at €25. That's for group lessons now. We have private lessons as well. We do different treks as well. We have the one that you went on, which is more geared for beginners and goes down through the woods and the bog, and it's just walking.
Yeah, and that was a great experience.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Those treks are hour-long treks, and they're €35. We also have longer treks. We have one that we do that's called the Heritage Hack, where it's nearly an all-day thing. It'd take 4 to 5 hours. We hack into an area that has a castle in the middle of the river and a lovely old bridge and lots of history in the area. And then we'd hack over to Mayfitz's, and we'd stop at the pub there and have a bite to eat, and then we'd hack back. So but that's not the best for someone who's never ridden before. You'd
have to be a bit experienced.
You got off at the end of the day, but it's lovely.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be a brilliant day out. If someone wants to book these, would they book through? Would they go onto the website, or what way?
The best thing is to ring us. Can I give you a phone number?
Yeah, you can.
It's 085-141-5555. That's the easiest way.
Yeah.
But we also have our webpage, which is Lee Valley Equestrian Centre, CENTRE.ie. And we have a Facebook page, which is quite active, and you can message us on the Facebook page as well.
Brilliant. So thanks a million, and we better head on to our next location, but we most definitely will be back again.
All right, thank you for coming.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
For more information about all the classes and treks, head over to leevalleyequestriancentre.ie. So we're here at the Macroom Buffalo Farm, and we're about to meet Kieran and Dorothy now, who are going to take us on a trip through the farm. So let's go meet them. So thanks a million for having me today. I'm really excited to do the tour. So tell us a little bit. I suppose there's 4 things involved in the tour. So fill us in a little bit about what we'll be doing.
Well, I meet you here at the gate, the farm gate, and we give a brief introduction here to the cheese factory and behind us, because there's all one spot, and the parlour is over here. The nicest thing to do first is to meet the calves. They're indoor at the moment, so there's about 35 calves there. And a nice introduction to the young buffalo.
Is that already?
Yeah, they're really adorable. So I can give you a little history there of the breed, really, the species. And then we go off down to the fields, because they're in the paddocks, at the moment. I'll introduce you to the teenagers that are there. They're about 6 months old. They're very giddy and a good bit of fun. We pass them at the labour ward, as we call it, where the impending mothers are waiting to give birth. calves are born here all year round. And then down to the fields, down around the Toon Valley. It's about an hour's tour really all in, just to the fields. And so it's been a nice bit of fresh air, a little bit of information, something extremely unique to look at and to meet, the Irish water buffalo. At the end of the tour then, there's viewing windows behind the cheese plant here, so you can see the cheese being made and just see the product range we have. And then we bring you into the lovely room here in the back, which is a Swiss chalet, and you'll taste the cheese.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And Kieran, I suppose you've learned a lot from your dad, and you're involved in the tour as well, so you give your kind of the family knowledge on it as well.
Yeah.
So if someone was to book the tour, where do they book?
We can be contacted on our Facebook page, and our phone number is 026 41907 for anyone who's not on Facebook.
So if you ring that number, you can
And
book.
the website, Macroom Buffalo
Yeah.
Cheese.
Yeah. And it would be 10 people or more.
10
You
people or
take a
more.
group. So,
Yeah, so-
you can ring and book in and
Yeah,
be
yeah,
in a group
yeah,
or
yeah.
be put into the next group that's going out as well.
So it's 160 for groups of 10 to 20, and then from 20 to 40 it's 200. So it's averaging out about €5 or €6 a head, give or take. And a lovely thing to do, it's nice and relaxing,
very different.
and it's a nice introduction to this lovely part of West Cork.
So we're going to get a little mini tour today just to get a little taste of it. So will we go ahead and check it out? Perfect. So we're out with the buffaloes now, and I suppose we're learning a lot about them and hearing all the stories from you, Kieran. You've grown up with them as you've gone. So tell us a little bit about that and how you got attached to them.
Well, when we brought them in 2009 first, there was only 31 of them, so I was able to get to know each one of them really well, and it was easy to tell them apart because their heads and horns were different shapes than each other. And as the herd grew, I was just able to tell each one then because of how little the herd was at the start.
And do you have a favourite one?
I do, yeah. There's one there, Black Beauty. She was in Aldi's ad on TV.
Oh yeah, we saw Johnny up on him, but we saw you there a while ago.
Oh,
up on him.
Yeah.
He was only, Kieran was training her, you see.
So I'd say you were behind all
was
that.
behind
and
the scenes.
training us to be able to do that.
Absolutely, yeah.
This buffalo here is the smartest one on the farm. She's able to open gates in the parlour when she's done her food so she can walk out. She's able to open gates with her tongues and her horn and even her tail when she wants to. We're calving all year round, so there'll always be calves no matter what time of year there's a tour on.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's the selling point. So Dorothy, we're on the tasting part of the tour now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, I suppose, the cheeses that you make here on site.
Yeah, we make 100% buffalo, Irish buffalo milk, mozzarella. The buffaloes are milked here. The milk comes into the parlour, into the dairy, and it's made into mozzarella balls. And we also make a smaller one as well called bocconcini. And another byproduct is ricotta. So every bit of the cheese is used, and we have 10 staff working here. There's 2 master cheesemakers, Sean Ferry, and his assistant is Dan McCarthy, and Johnny Lynch as well. The main man knows how to make it too. And we pack it, and it's shipped out then from the farm every day.
And where can you buy it then?
You can buy it in Aldi and in Supervalue and Centra and Dunn Stores, and you can buy it in the English market, in O'Malley's in the English market, and lots of restaurants around, and just ask for Macroom Buffalo Mozzarella.
Brilliant. Well, I'm looking forward to tasting it.
I hope you enjoy it,
For an experience to remember, pay a visit to Macroom Buffalo Farm. So it's time to say slán from Macroom Buffalo Farm. And coming up on the show, we're going to be filling you in on all the insider tips for backpacking. So stay tuned. If you've any top tips or favourite destinations, be sure to share a photo or a video with us over on our Twitter, Instagram or Snapchat at Red Travel Show, and we will pick some of our favourites to feature on the show. So this week we're chatting all about big travel adventures and backpacking tips. Many of you might be heading off on a year-long adventure, or you could be heading off for a few weeks, or if you're lucky, a few months. So we're going to be sharing all our top tips, how to get there, where to go, and we're going to be joined by Amy and Brittany here, who are going to fill us in on their experiences, their adventures, and they're going to share all the insider tips. So thanks a million for joining us today, girls. Amy, do you want to tell us a little bit about your backpacking trip?
Yeah, so I went away for 4 months from January to May and we did Southeast Asia. So went to Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos and Thailand.
Oh wow.
So we flew from Dublin to London, London to Hanoi in Vietnam with Malaysia Airlines, and they were absolutely spectacular. They were brilliant to fly with. And we kind of our first 3 nights booked in Vietnam, and that was it. So apart from that, we didn't know what we were doing or where we were going.
When you were organising it, did you book it all yourself or did you go through a company?
We looked at booking it ourselves, and it's just we knew we weren't 100% sure when we wanted to come home, so we knew we might want to change our flight. So for that reason we went with USIT, and we tried a few different places, but USIT were the most competitive, and they were just really easy to deal with. And it turned out we did change our flights kind of a few months in, so it was just sent them an email, they changed the flights for us. It was all very easy.
Very good.
So yeah.
And if you're going away on a trip like this, I suppose a lot of people are like, okay, how much would I have to have saved for it? And like in your experience, how much would you kind of need for going away?
For Southeast Asia I did, because I read kind of a lot of blogs and a lot of research as to what I'd need to bring for kind of money. Approximately €1,000 a month, and that was to do it very well. That included all our travel within Asia. We didn't fly anywhere, but it was all boats, trains, buses, all our food, all our accommodation, and a good few activities. And that was to do it comfortably.
It's very reasonable, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
that's doable.
It is very doable.
Yeah, I definitely think. And
You'll see me on a flight now in the morning.
that's it in Asia, and you could definitely do it cheaper if you wanted. You can work out there if you wanted to save a bit of money. Like there's so many options, definitely with Southeast Asia anyway. So
And if you were to do it all again, what would you do differently?
I honestly don't think I'd just go for longer. I really don't think I'd change a thing. I'd probably be a bit more laid back. I like to have things planned, and that's just not something you should do when you're over there. So I like to know where I'm going next or where I'm staying next, and I just had to get out of that mentality, because it's not the way to do it over there.
You didn't have like you had maybe your first few nights planned, and then
first few nights
went
booked,
from there.
and that was it. And that's definitely the best way.
And I suppose when you're over there might be group tours and things like that. Did you find there was a lot of that when you were there?
It's all talking to people.
Yeah.
You get so much recommendations from people. You hear about places you never even knew existed. You could do all the research you want, and you just won't find out about things.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely there's no point. It's not a trip that you should book your weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Because you'll stumble upon hostels, you'll stumble upon hotels, and they're some of the best experiences we had. Yeah.
And Breffney, you're always travelling. So every time I see Breffney on social media, she's always in a new place. So where has been your favourite place?
Definitely Bali in Indonesia. I adored, and I'm just back from a trip in Sri Lanka, and it was amazing.
Where did you book? Did you book through an agency?
Booked it all through Skyscanner, and all of our accommodation was pretty much Airbnb the whole way. Skyscanner and Airbnb, half my trips wouldn't be possible without them.
And if you had top tips, say first for Bali, what would they be?
For Bali, it would definitely be go off season. So the best time to visit Bali is in October. You get the best weather and the least tourists. I'd stay out of like the Seminyak and the Kutas, like the real touristy spots, and go straight for the Gili Islands, go straight for Ubud.
And for Sri Lanka, where would you?
For Sri Lanka, I'd say decide if you're going to go north or south. It's a tiny country, the same size as Ireland, but the roads are so bad that it takes hours to get anywhere. So you need to really decide what you're going to do. Elephants, going on safari to see the elephants was huge for us. We also wanted to go to Kandy, but we wanted to head down the coast and do kind of some surfing and some yoga and some Ayurveda massages and things like that. So we kind of decided the 5 things we wanted to do and then worked our plan around that.
And then price wise, like if you were going to Bali, how much would you have to have saved up for that experience?
Yeah, so we did a 2-week holiday that we stayed in the most amazing places that were like 4 or 5-star places, and we spent about $1,500. Sri Lanka, you'd be looking about the same.
Yeah.
So if you're doing, I think you're right that if you're doing a month, then you about $1,000 a month. But if you're only going for 2 weeks and you still want to see elephants and you still want to get everything like what you'd nearly get done in a month, but shoved into 2 weeks, I think you need about $1,000 spending on accommodation and spending money, and then you're looking at about $500 for flights.
Pack light. Definitely don't bring makeup, don't bring hair straighteners. It's not worth it. Embrace the backpacking culture and just enjoy a few pairs of shorts, a few tank tops, a few loose dresses because it's so hot, and flip-flops. No heels, no wedges, literally.
Leave the straighteners at home.
Yeah, leave it all at home because you're lugging that backpack everywhere with you, and you're not going to need it. I wish I'd packed differently. So talk to people, talk to everyone in hostels, in your dorm, get recommendations. They're some of the best places we found were from recommendations. Like we found a Coconut Beach in Cambodia, which we'd never heard of, just from talking to guys in a hostel, and it was the most amazing place I've ever been to in my life. It was absolutely spectacular. So take recommendations from people. Keep a diary or keep a journal or just keep something as memorabilia. Backpacking anyway, haggle. Don't take the first price ever in Southeast Asia.
I'm so bad at that.
I was too. It actually horrified me for the first while, but like never take the first price in Southeast Asia because you have to bargain with them.
Yeah, very
Definitely.
good. And Berkeley?
I would say buy yourself a GoPro if you're going anywhere with water. Buy yourself a pair of Birkenstocks. They're the best shoes you will ever buy. Like, just leave the other kind of the cheaper flip-flops behind. I would say go into Deals and get yourself the mosquito bands. They are the best mosquito bands.
So there you have it, all the insider tips from Amy and Breffney. All I want to do now is book a flight and go. So that's it for this week. Coming up next week, we're heading to Tato Park, where we're going to be sharing everything you need to know before your big trip. And of course, we're going to test out a few of the rides for you. We're also going to be trying something completely different and heading glamping with Rock Farm Slane. In the second half of the show, we're going to be bringing you across the water to the US of A, sharing our top things to do in the windy city of Chicago. So tune in next week to Red Travel. Get peace of mind with low-cost AIG travel insurance plus 10% discount online.